All right, so I'm gonna do my predictions, my NFL Week 8 predictions. So I'm already 0-1 for this week. I predicted the Vikings to win. The past 2 weeks, I was right on Thursday Night Football. 2 consecutive wins for me on my predictions, and then I end up losing on this week. I predicted the Vikings to beat the Rams 36-37. I think it was 37 to. Let me see what it was again. I can't remember. My memory's so bad. Yeah, 36-27 is what I predicted. So, yeah, I predicted it to be. I predicted the Vikings to win a 9-point game, and they lost a 10-point game. So, yeah. So on the next game, Indianapolis Colts against the Houston Texans. You know, the Houston Texans they started off pretty hot. They were they were playing very well earlier this year, but lately they haven't really been impressing me that much by their play. And C.J. Stroud has been okay, but I'm gonna still go with the Texans. You know, I'm a little tired of choosing the Colts to win week in and week out because of Shane Steichen, and I was pretty big on. I won't say I was big on Anthony Richardson, but I felt like Anthony Richardson could be a little bit more ahead of where he's at now, and a lot of that have to do with Shane Steichen. But it doesn't seem like Anthony Richardson is developing. He's showing signs. I think he's a bit inconsistent right now, and he's going to need more time. He's very raw still. Hell of a talent, very athletic. He can run. He's strong. He's big. He has a great arm. But I believe he needs to get his decision making a little bit better. You know, he needs to be a bit more accurate. But I think in time Anthony Richardson could be good. But I'm going to choose the Texans to win this game. I'm going to choose the Texans to win this game 24-14. Green Bay against Jacksonville. Green Bay cannot lose this game. And Green Bay should win this game. Green Bay's division is very competitive right now. It's up for grabs. And Jacksonville, where they are in their division. Let's see what Jacksonville is in their division. Let's see here. Jacksonville is third in their division. So Jacksonville really can't afford to lose any more games. But, however, I did predict the Colts to lose. So the Colts will lose. Maybe Jacksonville can jump. Well, they're not going to jump the Colts, but they're going to need the Houston and Colts to lose more games for them to. But I mean, Jacksonville can still make the playoffs, but their chances is very slim right now. And the AFC South is it's not as competitive really. But if the Colts somehow knocks off Houston, that makes things very interesting between the Colts and Houston. And if Jacksonville can knock off Green Bay, you know, that can make things a little more interesting too, but they're not. Green Bay, let's see where Green Bay is in their standings. Let me see. Green Bay is third. Oh, NFC North, yeah. Yeah, so Green Bay, because NFC North is so competitive right now, Green Bay really can't afford to have any losses right now. Really, no team in the NFC North can afford it. They want to win their division. I don't see Green Bay losing this game. I'm going to predict Green Bay to win this game 30-19. Yeah, I'm going to predict them to win 30-19. Jordan Love has been struggling a little bit, but I feel like he can have a field day against Jacksonville. Now we got Atlanta against Tampa Bay. This is going to be a very competitive game. There's a rematch. They just played like what 2-3 weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. Tampa Bay had the upper hand. It's very, very hard to beat the same team twice in the NFL, especially if you've seen them within a month, And I predicted Atlanta to win the last meeting, and no. I predicted Tampa Bay to win last meeting, and I was wrong. Tampa Bay is still playing pretty well. They have lost Mike Evans. I don't know how long Mike Evans is out. Let me see how long Mike Evans is out. Let's see here. Yeah, he's gone. He'll be sidelined at least 4 weeks. From NFL Network's Ian Rappert. So I think Chris Godwin got hurt too. Let's see here. I don't think there's any updates on Chris Godwin's. Let's see. I will have to keep up with that. I don't know. I don't see any updates with the Chris Godwin's injury. Let's see. Chris Godwin injury update. Buccaneers wide receiver to have ankle surgery after potential final game with Tampa Bay. Oh no, he's gone. He's gone. Tampa Bay Buccaneers endured a nightmarish Monday night after losing both of their top wide receivers against the Baltimore Ravens in a Week 7 loss at home. Mike Evans' hamstring went down early in the first half, and Chris Godwin later suffered a significant leg injury with women in the 4 seconds left to play. Yada, yada, yada. Godwin suffered a dislocated ankle. Later tests confirmed that Godwin will undergo surgery this week. Per NFL media, he is set to become a free agent in 2025. He may have played his last career game as a Buccaneer. Chris Godwin is out for the season. He's done. Damn. Godwin was in the midst of having a career year leading in the NFL in catches with 50 while ranking second in receiving yards, 576 yards, and tied for third in receiving touchdowns, 5. Evans' 6 receiving touchdowns are co-leading the NFL along with Bengals superstar Jamar Chase. Man, that sucks. Yeah, man, that's going to be very interesting. So he's going to be set to hit free agency in 2025. He probably played his last game as a Buck. The tackle that hurt Godwin, according to ESPN, appeared to have all the elements of the now illegal hip drop tackle. If this is confirmed to be a hip drop tackle, Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith will be subject to a fine. So I guess that tackle is still under review. That sucks. After the game, head coach Todd Bowles defended his decision to keep Godwin as well as Baker Mayfield and other starters in the game with it seemingly out of reach. So Todd Bowles said, he's a player and we're trying to win the ball game. We were down 10, so we were still trying to get points and kick another onside kick, and it just happened. With Mike Evans going down, we didn't have that many receivers as it was, so we played with what we had. It's unfortunate Godwin got hurt, and we feel bad about that, but he's a football player, and he wanted to be in the game, just like Baker and everyone else wanted to be in the game. I know there's some uproar about that. It was like, bro, the reality is you are not going to come back. You weren't going to win. Just take the L, wave the white flag, live to see another day. Which I agree with that. I mean, I can see kind of both sides. But you do got to, I guess you got to read the room. And you do got to know when enough is enough. I understand you're fighting, you want to win, you know every game is important, but dude, like less than 2 minutes left in the game, you're down. You're not gonna. I mean, the chances were you weren't gonna come back. So, you know, you're down 10. I don't know, man. I understand it's like you want to win this. You want to win. Where are their standings? Let's see. Yeah, they're second place. I mean, I don't know. Wasn't a divisional game or anything, though. I don't know, man. I mean, I can kind of see both sides. I probably would have sat my starters. You know, down 10, a couple minutes left on the clock. You know, no, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I guess it kind of seems like the same scenario with the Vikings and the Bears. I mean, they were down by 8. They were down by 8. No, never mind. They were down. That wasn't the same situation because they would, yeah, like you said, we had to do the onside kick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you probably just would have should just taken that L. Yeah, you probably should have just taken that L. Should just wave the white flag. So, next man up for the Buccaneers is Sterling Shepard, 2023 6th-round pick, and Trey Palmer, and 2024 3rd-round rookie Jalen McMillan. Oh, wait. 9-year veteran. I'm tripping. 9-year veteran Sterling Shepard. 2023 6th-round pick Trey Palmer. And 2024 3rd-round pick Jalen McMillan. So, let's see. Is Baker Mayfield really that good? I don't think he is. I always felt like Baker Mayfield was just... He was playing really well because, you know, he got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You know, I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan. I think Baker Mayfield is very overrated. I think people wants to see Baker Mayfield do good. And, you know, and when you see him do well, you know, you're like, oh, you know, Baker Mayfield is a great player. He's a great quarterback. He's always had it, yada, yada, yada. But now is the time. Let's see. If Baker Mayfield is still snapping without his weapons, you know, I'd be like, he's for real. But, you know, obviously, you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. It's a little bit more of them and less of you. You know, I've never been impressed with Baker Mayfield when he was with Cleveland or when he was with the other team. You know, so I would say this. I mean, you still got to get the ball to those receivers. You still got to be able to make good throws, you know, great throws and everything. He's not a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's as good as people think he is. That's just all. And we're going to find out. You know, if Baker Mayfield's looking like just completely like, bro, you should not be on the field. Then, you know, that just kind of proves my point about Baker Mayfield being one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL today. So let's move on. Oh, wait, I didn't give my predictions for that game. So Atlanta, Tampa Bay, I'm going to choose... God, it looks like Atlanta can win this game again. I mean, Atlanta will be 2-0 against them this season. I'm going to choose Atlanta again. I don't really see Tampa Bay winning this game. I really don't. It will be very surprising if they do, but I don't think so. So I'm going to say Atlanta is going to win this game. And Kirk Cousins is not playing all that well right now, but I'll say 22 to 12. 22 to 12. Arizona against Miami. This is going to be a very interesting game. This game may be very weird. You know, because like I said, Arizona is probably the most inconsistent team in the entire NFL. You never know which Arizona is going to show up. And then you got Miami. I don't know Tua, I don't know how Tua's going to play. But speaking of overrated, you know, I'm talking about Baker Mayfield's overrated. Tua's always been overrated to me too. And prior to Tua's injury, he was playing terrible this year. Absolutely terrible. I mean, so I don't really understand what Tyreek Hill was all excited about. You know, because, I mean, your quarterback is not that good, and your quarterback has been playing like garbage prior to his injury. And if that same Arizona team that played against the Chargers, if they show up against Miami, this game can be a blowout. And Miami's going to get embarrassed. Tua's going to get embarrassed. And everybody's gonna be looking at each other in Miami like, what the hell? They're gonna be prepared for a rude awakening. If James Conner brings that same physicality to Miami, like he did against the Chargers defense, okay. You know what? And this is gonna be one of my bold predictions. I'm gonna predict Miami to get blown out. I don't see their offense doing anything. I think I'm gonna predict that. I'm saying Arizona is so inconsistent. I'm gonna predict them to do this 2 weeks in a row. Since they beat the hell out of us, but they bullied us, they out physicaled us, they out hardball. Arizona is going to beat Miami 40-16. And I was thinking 3, but I'm gonna get them 16 points. I'm gonna be a little generous. Arizona's gonna beat Miami 40-16. Yeah. And they're very well capable of doing that. Arizona is very well capable of putting other new points on the board. You know, it's just that they're very inconsistent, man. All right, moving on. New York Jets against the New England Patriots. I feel like New York Jets can win this game. I'm going to be funny with this pick. But I don't want them to. I'm going to pick them to lose this game. I'm going to be funny. I'm going to predict them to lose against New England. Drake May, he's coming along. I mean, both of these teams, they play very well against each other all the time. I'm going to say New England's going to beat the Jets. I probably shouldn't do this. I know the Jets is going to beat New England. Because if the Jets lose to New England, but I really want the Jets to lose to New England. But I can't afford to be wrong. So, even though I don't mind being wrong, but I already lost Thursday night football. So I'm going to, let me think about this. Because this game could really actually go either way. It really can. The Jets defense hasn't played well since Robert Saleh left. Aaron Rodgers is not playing well. New England can have a good defense. New England is at home. Drake May is showing signs that he can be a competent quarterback. This is the fun thing about football, man. How unpredictable it could be. I gotta hurry up. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna pick New England. This is gonna be another bold prediction, and it's a little bit because I want the Jets to lose, but it's also because I sort of feel like New England could come away with a victory in this game, even though they're so bad. But the Jets are so bad too. I'm going to predict the New England Patriots to win this game 19-10. New England 19, Jets 10. What New England did to Joe Burrow and the Bengals in Week 1, I see them doing that to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in Week 8. Let's see if I'm right about that one. I'm about to watch that. I like these bold predictions, man. It makes it more exciting. It makes it fun. All right, we got Tennessee, Detroit. Detroit is going to destroy Tennessee. I ain't doing no bold predictions with this one. I got too much respect for Detroit. Detroit is going to win this game. If Detroit loses this game, goodness gracious, I think everybody's going to be surprised. But hey, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday. These are professionals against professionals. Elite against the elite. What separates all of these players and all these coaches and all these teams is the mentality, the psychological and mentality that each player has in this game. The self-confidence, the psyche, game planning. Which team is going to execute their game plan more than the other team? That's pretty much where it boils down to. So with that being said, Tennessee could beat Detroit. But they're not going to beat Detroit. And Detroit's going to win this game. I want to say this is going to be a blowout too. I got a couple blowouts. Detroit's going to win this game 55-10. Yeah, 55-10. Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns. This could be another blowout. This could be another blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though. But it's not going to be pretty for the Browns. The Ravens is going to win this game 33-20. Yeah, I see the Ravens winning 33-20. Yeah. Because, I mean, the Browns doesn't really have anything on offense, really. They still got Njoku, but that's all. They already got Nick Chubb still. The Browns are just not going to be able to keep up with the Ravens. Yeah, 33-20. The Eagles against Cincinnati. So, this is going to be a very exciting game. It's going to be a very interesting game. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting game. Oh, man, this can't go out of the way. I'm picking the Eagles, though. The Eagles are going to win this game. The Eagles are looking hot. They're looking nice, man. They're looking good. The Bengals. Joe Burrow is another one of the quarterbacks that I say is overrated. I've always thought Joe Burrow was overrated. Not saying he's not good. You know, maybe he could be an Hall of Fame quarterback, maybe. But I think Joe Burrow can be exposed, and I think Joe Burrow gets more credit than what he deserves. You know, I think people the vast majority wants to see Joe Burrow be very great. You know, everything. What everybody says about Joe Burrow, oh, he went to a terrible organization. He brought them to the Super Bowl. Oh. First off, the Bengals organization isn't terrible, okay? They're not like an incompetent organization like the Chargers were prior to Jim Harbaugh era. The Jets, the Dallas Cowboys. The Bengals is not like that, so stop, okay? Yeah, they were very bad. But they weren't a terrible organization, though. Now, their coach is very questionable. I don't really know about their coach. But with that being said, the Bengals had a pretty good offense. Joe Burrow landed in a pretty good offense. They put some pieces on that team when Joe Burrow got there. And then people want to say, oh, their offensive line is bad. Let me tell you something about the offensive line. Offensive line is very important. I will be the first person to tell you that. I say it in my videos. Offensive linemen are the most important players in in all of football. That's my opinion. That's what I believe. The offensive linemen are the most important players. The quarterback is the most valuable position, and the cornerback is the hardest position. But here's the thing: even the tackle can be even the hardest position, because just like the cornerback, the tackle is left on the island. Well, sometimes cornerbacks get help. I'll say unless you're like, you know, you're like a Darrelle Reeves type of corner, you know, man-to-man, mano-mano. It's you and that other receiver out on the island, you know. But this is why corners always get so help. You know, you got the cover too and everything, you know. So because like a lot of corners can't cover like that. They can't go man-to-man. They can't follow the best receiver anywhere he goes. You know, a lot of corners can't do that. Even the top corners of today, they can't do that, you know. So, cornerback, I'll still say cornerback and tackle are the hardest positions in the NFL to play. I'll say it'd be corner, tackle, quarterback in that order. That's what I would say. And you know, like I said, the hardest, the most important in the hardest, quarterback, the most valuable. And don't get me wrong, quarterback is a very, very hard position. Very, very hard position. But this is what I'm just telling you is that this is how hard it is to be a tackle in a corner if you're following the top receiver everywhere, you know. So, but with all that being said, the Eagles and the Bengals, this is a no-brainer to me, sort of. I see the Eagles winning this game. This game could be a shootout. It could, depending on where the Bengals is, what Bengal team is going to end up. I mean, their defense isn't good at all anyway, but their offense has a lot of potential to put a lot of points on the board. Their offense hasn't been all that well the past week, and plus the Eagles' defense is starting to come alive. I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this game 35-25. Yeah, 35-25. Eagles 35, Cincinnati 25. We got the Bills against Seattle. This is going to be another good game. The Bills is going to win this game. I don't think Josh Allen is going to come out there. He's going to come out there firing. Very competitive game. It's going to be very, very competitive. And I think Seattle has lost DK Metcalf as well. DK Metcalf is a candidate to join that list. He suffered an MCL sprain last week. So Metcalf's injury was originally described as a week-to-week issue, meaning it was going to be a long shot for him to suit up this week. Metcalf was unable to take the practice field this week, which is another discouraging sign for his Week 8 availability. Seattle has officially listed him as doubtful. So DK may not play. Who is his backup? The Seahawks have one of the league's deepest wide receivers rooms and have some talented players to lean on in Metcalf's absence. Second-year receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba and veteran Tyler Lockett will pick up the slack this week. Smith-Njigba will continue to operate out of the slot while Lockett will be the primary receiver on the outside. So, I mean, hey, without Metcalf, there's an opportunity for a third receiver to carve out a role in the offense. Expect the wide receiver 3 duties to be split up in some capacity. The Seahawks coaching staff will likely have personnel packages that utilize both Jack Bobo and Laviska Shenault as the wide receiver 3. So, I mean, they could still come through, but who knows? It doesn't really matter. I'm still picking the Bills to win this game, even if Metcalf was playing. So, it's just going to freaking determine my score. I would say that the Bills will win this game 27-18. Yeah, 27-18. The New Orleans Saints against the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, my goodness. The Chargers should be undefeated right now, man. I apologize. They just should. And I don't want to go too deep into it, but, I mean, you're the only team in the NFL who has not allowed 20 points in a game. And you're the number one team in the NFL, obviously, of not allowing that many points in a game. And yet we are 3-3. Come on, man. And I'm so tired of people disrespecting Justin Herbert, saying Justin Herbert's not clutch. He's not a good fourth down quarterback. He's not a good fourth quarter quarterback. He's not a good red zone quarterback, yada, yada, yada. People are just knocking Justin Herbert, and I'm so tired of hearing about it. But it's, and I'm also tired of defending it because I want the Chargers to win. And, they need to come out on top and win this game. There's some people who even think the Saints can win this game because it's the Chargers, You got to come on top. You got to get the offense together. I mean, we got DJ Chark back, but we need more than that. We need more than DJ Chark. I mean, I'm not looking at DJ Chark as a number one premier wide receiver, that guy. No. They need to get Justin Herbert, that receiver, that top-notch wide receiver, man. I mean, I know people are saying Mike Williams. It'd be cool because we can get it for dirt cheap, but not even Mike Williams. Like, I wanted somebody like Cooper, or I wanted somebody like, I've been hearing talks about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson could be good for us. Deontay Johnson, he could be good, Somebody like that, we need that number one. So, I don't know. But the Saints defense is not that good. So we gotta figure it out. We should really blow the Saints out this game. We should blow them out. And I'm not going to predict us to blow them out because the Chargers always likes to come up short, even though, we got Jim Harbaugh. I do believe Jim Harbaugh is going to get us together. But I'm starting to come back to reality a little bit, and I think it's going to take some time. But I'm not changing my Super Bowl predictions. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with the Bears. I'm sticking with the Chargers. I'm going to be known for that. I'm not going to change my Super Bowl predictions. mid-season or later on in the season be like, oh, this. No, I'm not doing it. I know some people like to change it up mid-season and later on. They do it before, middle. But no, I'm gonna stick with it, man. I'm gonna stick with the Chargers and the Bears. Now, I would only repick my Super Bowl predictions if the Chargers and the Bears don't make it to the playoffs, or they end up losing in the playoffs, and then I will be like, oh, okay, well, they both are out, or neither one of them made it, so one of them made it, so I'll pick from there. I'll repick from there. But right now, the Chargers and the Bears still wide open for them to go to the playoffs. The door is still wide open for them to go make a run, go deep. And if anybody knows football, we all know that teams get better later on in the season. And football, it happens after Thanksgiving, because that's when every game matters. Every game is meaningful, but the stakes are more higher, after Thanksgiving. We're getting later on in the season. Teams are really starting to put off that playoff mode, especially when they know they're about to go into the playoffs. And sometimes teams even go like week 18 is the playoff, week 17 is the playoffs. Depending on depending on where that team is at their standings, in their division. So things are starting to get more interesting. Everybody's team, like the structure is starting to design. We're starting to get a feel by these teams, by these players, what they're looking like. And I think the Chargers are going to be fine, to be honest with you. I think they're going to be fine. I think the Chargers are going to be one of those teams that are going to be dangerous earlier in the season. Because they have that potential to do that. I honestly feel like they are going to be that team that's just going to be, boom, take everybody by storm. Especially if we can make some hot trades before the trade deadline. So, yeah. I'm going to predict the Chargers to beat the Saints 25-10. That's gonna be my prediction with the Saints and the Chargers, 25-10. And then we got, let's see here. See the rest of the schedule. Schedule cut off, my bad. Let's see here. Now we got the Bears and the Commanders. Let's see. The Bears and the Commanders. I'm gonna pick the 4-2 Bears against the 5-2 Commanders. I'm going to pick the Bears to win this game. It's gonna be a great game, but the Bears are going to win this game. I'll say 27-22. Yeah, 27-22. We got the Carolina Panthers, the 1-6 Carolina Panthers against the 4-3 Denver Broncos. I see the Broncos winning this game. The Broncos are going to win this game. I'll say 20-10. We got the 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs against the 2-5 Raiders. The Chiefs are going into Vegas. The Chiefs are going to be 7-0 coming out this game. The Raiders are going to be 2-5, obviously, or 3-5 after this game. The Chiefs are going to win this game. I'll say 22-0. Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to shut out the Raiders. The Chiefs are going to win 22-0. And then we got Sunday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys against the San Francisco 49ers. The 3-3 Cowboys against the 3-4 49ers. So this game could kind of go either way, to be honest, but the Cowboys are going to lose this game. I see the 49ers beating the Cowboys 26-25. Yeah, I see them beating 26-25. And then we got Monday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers against the New York Giants. 2-5 Giants, 5-2 Steelers. The Steelers are going to win this game 30-7. I said it, 30-7. And that will conclude my Week 8 predictions. That will conclude the NFL Week 8. And I will do my recap on Monday night or Tuesday night. I will do my Week 8 recap to check in to see where I'm at, how I did this week. Thank you all so much for watching. I am very, very looking forward to a great Week 8 into these wonderful games. And it's going to be exciting. It's good to get, the stakes are growing. Every single week, the stakes are getting higher and higher and higher for certain teams. And other teams are just being like, I'm just looking towards the draft so I can pick me a great lottery pick. You know, some teams are just looking forward to the draft now. Other teams is like, they're getting into lock mode, you know. Well, they already are in lock mode, but, you know, even more. So, yeah. Yeah, so, hey, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Give me your predictions, you know. Who do you think? You think I'm wrong about some of these teams that are going to win? You think some of the scores? Do you have any your bold predictions or scores that you want to put out? Let me know in the comments. Share. Let's interact. All right, I'm looking forward to hearing from you all. Thank you so much. Take care. We'll be back soon all day.